Hi guys, I'm gonna make a video. This is gonna be the third video about giants, and well, I'm going to show you this face is face of a giant, and this is planet Earth long time ago. This civilization exists 300 million years ago. So after I show you the face, I'm gonna get a close up so you can see how big they were. It's human beings walking on the top of the head. See? Um, there is few of them. Okay, so you just have an idea how big they were. Okay, so I'm gonna now go to the next page, and this is a tender of a giant. This is the flesh, this is the tender, and this is the tender ball where it's hooked into the flesh of the body, into the muscles. So now, before I change it, you can see the human beings walking on top. So just to imagine how big these giants were. Okay, in the desert, the petrified are a little different, but you can tell the tender is hooked into the tender ball. And this is supposed to be the flesh. But this is on the desert. That's totally different, what I'm going to show you later on. Okay, this is the tender. This is the tender, and they hook into the muscle tissue. And you can tell there is few, and you can tell where the tender ball is right here. And here's a mark that is being cut off from a tender. So you see how huge the body of these giants was, enormous, and you can tell they were removing already a lot of material for walls, build up walls. And so I'm going to next page. You see, huge as a mountain. Okay, and you can tell there's been removed a lot of material for building walls or anything. See, and these marks over here, and this is a muscle tissue of a giant, and you can tell that there is marks of or tracks of some kind of vehicle, or maybe it's just heavy weight were carrying and they were leaving marks. And there's another mark over here, and that tells us that these were soft as clay, and this is muscle tissue. Okay, and now I'm going you to listen to a video, very short video, about 30 seconds, I guess.
So, sometimes they're working with this kind of tendon, and then they have to snip off these little, and they left the bumps just sticking out. And of course, the balls were laying everywhere. All right, that's the tendon. And they were cutting these slabs off, and they were building the walls in the background, but sometimes they screwed up. This had to happen right after the Great Flood because everything was soft. And everywhere on Earth, they were carving into walls and into the mountains, and it literally carving into flesh and blood. Petra is nothing more than flesh and blood. You go into the treasury, and the walls are nothing more than the inside of a body.
Okay, well, you hear that. Most of the mountains and everything else is more like they call it Mudfossil, but it was leftovers from giants that exist long time ago, 300 million years ago. And most of the mountains are created by giants. Okay, now I'm gonna go move to the next chart. This is a tender balls, and this is a flash of a giant body. So see how far it goes? Well, that's from a giant. All right, now I'm going to talk about the planet Earth. Planet Earth is suffering a catastrophes every 12,000 years, and this called magnetic extinction. It's a cycle that the Earth has every 12,000 years. So I'm going to show you a chart. This is 12,000 years ago. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit so you can see. All right, 12,000 years ago. If you go a straight line over here, it says extinction, global disaster. And so now I'm going to back to this 12,000 years. This is where the Noah's Ark, the Bible story, and this is it. This is the Ice Age, but it was, yes, you see, it was a global catastrophe, disaster. So 24, 35, and so on, 72,000 years ago, also was a global disaster. So I'm telling you, because was 12,000 years ago, what does this mean? That the Earth is getting ready for another pole shift. Well, we're talking about global extinction and so on, but it's the Earth flips into they call pole shift or pole reversal. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over here, and this is the Earth. This is the new pole. This is the North Pole. This is the South Pole. All right, I'm gonna tell you a story. This is the Earth has the ring of fire. It goes around the map, and so most of the ring of fire are on the water, on the ocean. And so when it's just before the Earth is gonna flip, the ring of fire is gonna release a lot of carbon dioxide, very poison gas, and this is gonna trigger to a catastrophe on Earth. This is gonna activate what they call climate change, and it's gonna be very severe. So now go back to this. So the Earth selects the most active sun, and the most active sun of volcanoes is right here, and this sun is being polarized by the Earth. And more likely it's the sun that polarizes it, because they release the energy, and the sun polarizes the sun and be ready to flip. So it's gonna flip to the north. I'm going doing this slowly so you can see it. But actually it's going to just flip very fast. And this is South Pole. It's going to flip down to the south. And as you see, all the giants and all the monolithic walls, they're right here. And all the giants were here. And all the giants, monolithic things are right here, right now. If you go to India and Indonesia, you'll see a lot of monolithic constructions. So what happens, that this is going to go to the north, and this is going to go to the south. That means the North Pole is going to move to the tropics, and the South Pole is going to replace Indonesia. So what happened, if there were over here monolithic constructions over here, and there were giants over here, that means now the Earth is gonna reveal what is being hidden for 12,000 years into the tropics. So we're gonna find out what was revealing, and so also the South Pole is gonna reveal all the monolithic constructions that were on Earth. But I'm gonna tell you this: all the living things, animal, fish, trees, human beings, everything that is alive is gonna flip to the north, and there will be nobody to escape, because it's gonna freeze right away. And so if you got caught eating, you're gonna die with your full mouth, because it will be no survivors. So what happened is that when you go north in North Pole, and you're gonna be under ice for 12,000 years, and because of the weight of the ice, it's gonna squish you and convert you into a pile of mud. And you're gonna be there for 12,000 years collecting minerals from water and ice, and that's the first step to be petrified, because the minerals is the step to be like mud fossils. That's what they call mud fossils. So when 12,000 years later and you move down to the tropics, the sun and the heat will cook these mud fossils, and they convert everything into stone or rock. Okay, so I think you got the idea, and just want you to see how giants were petrified. Okay, so thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.